to Pick Central Monday edition after a fucking wild NFL Saturday and Sunday. We got myself, Smitty, Big Ev, Megan making money. How we all doing?
Feeling good. Giants in control of their playoff destiny, of their playoff life.
This was one of the craziest weekends of football, but before that, the show is sponsored by Fireball. Fireball whiskey is the best shot in America. Look at Smitty right now. He looks just like he's going to be sitting there on Christmas like being a dad and just having that Fireball whiskey on his lap, just like that. Everyone wants a sip. Come over to Smitty. It's the best shot.
Fireball and eggnog. Just Fireball.
That's a good little mix.
Yeah, you get the little cinnamon spice going. It's delicious.
No, 100%. So go to get your Fireball. For your fire with an ice cold shot of Fireball. I actually had one of these this weekend. I was at the bar. Someone was like, "You want a shot?" I said, "You know what I want? I want Fireball." And that's what I got. So go get your Fireball for Christmas. You get your candy cane. It's a good like a grab bag gift, you know? Just like put one of those candy canes with a bunch of Fireballs. Everyone will be excited about it. So go get that. Thank you to Fireball. All right. I don't even know what game to start with because one of the craziest games where I thought like you can't beat that one was the Vikings and the Colts.
That feels like it was like a year ago.
And to say that wasn't the craziest game of the weekend is fucking insane.
Well, go through. What do you think the craziest game of the weekend was? I got mine.
I think it has to be the Patriots game.
That was the craziest ending.
Yeah, for sure.
By far.
But not
craziest game.
But not even that. Like the touchdown before wasn't even a touchdown.
Craziest game might be the Jaguars Cowboys.
That's another.
Yeah, game. That's what I was gonna go with too, Smitty. I mean, that made me so happy. Like I tweeted, like, what brings America together more than a Cowboys loss? Like, can y'all think of anything else? I mean,
nope.
Let me ask you a question. Why did the booth go nuts when you said that?
I don't know.
That wasn't the biggest game.
That was not what we were. Yeah, we thought Smitty was doing a bit right there.
Oh, what the Eagles?
No, not the Eagles.
Even better.
Too close to Christmas to be bitting it up right now. We might be retired from bits.
I thought he was going to say the World Cup.
Oh, the World Cup.
Yeah, we
yeah.
Like,
we already had to watch the Phillies go down. We got to keep the Eagles afloat.
That's even crazier that like the soccer game was the best soccer game of all time.
Yeah.
My Uber driver almost crashed because he was an Argentina fan and he was watching the game, and when the France scored a third one, he almost killed us.
What's the matter with you?
What?
I was at dinner with not dinner. I was at lunch with my in-laws during that soccer game, and I was the rudest I think I've ever been because the entire time I was just looking at my phone. I'm like, how am I at a restaurant with this soccer game on right now? Like, I don't give a fuck about it at the same time because, it's the USA isn't there, but I still want to watch it.
Yeah, your Uber driver's Argentinian, and you're not saying, hey, you're not driving right now, pal. Either I'm driving or we're going to the bar together.
Well, that's the thing. He was watching. I got in the car.
It's got to be off the clock. That's not safe.
I was in the car, and it was on his phone. I was like, all right, I guess we're watching this on the way here.
I had a similar thing. I was Ubering home from the office on Saturday, and my Uber driver was just watching TikTok.
Yes.
He was just – I just kept hearing, like, songs refresh every 20 seconds. I'm like, what is this guy doing? He was just swiping TikTok while taking me home.
Yeah. So, I mean, well –
Clem blogged it, but the Argentinian crowds in Buenos Aires –
the video of them lifting the fat guy on the roof is one of the funniest things I've ever watched. Because I just put myself in that moment, and there's at one point. Do you know the video I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where he starts sliding back for a second. I just put myself. I was like the panic he must have felt as you're losing that grip, and they're like not pulling you up anymore. And the one guy finally comes up and like grabs his leg and just like yanks him up.
Just the massive amount of people there in that square. That was the happy version of World War Z.
It was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Good
for them.
I want to, because we'll start with soccer because that was one of the biggest things in the world we can talk about fast. Is that the best soccer game in a final? Like that much? Like
yeah,
it has to be the craziest game you've ever seen.
All things considered, the World Cup final. I mean, there was north of 1 billion people watching it. Mbappe getting a hat trick in the World Cup final, and I mean, you thought Argentina had it up until like the 80th minute. France only came alive in the 80th. They scored those 2 quick goals.
2-0.
Yeah.
It's like you
It was
think
2-0 throughout the whole game. Then the game just turned around in the 80th minute, went to extra times, the penalties, then even the celebrations. I don't know if you guys saw like the keeper with the glove, Martinez with the glove.
That was the best case scenario for FIFA, right?
Yeah.
The finals, the way it happened, the let Messi ride off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Like best case, other than obviously the thousands upon thousands of people who died in Qatar
I think
building the World Cup
that's-
series.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm condoning it, but people have already forgotten.
no shit, people have forgotten it, but when it was happening.
Yeah.
No shit.
Hands.
And of course, FIFA just comes out on top.
I'll always be biased because I was actually physically there for the South Africa one, and being African, that will always live in my memory. But this was hands down the best.
Were you rooting for Morocco to take it down for the continent?
Yeah. I was rooting for chaos. If Zimbabwe isn't in it, I root for chaos, pretty much.
Well, I mean, Messi. That's the only thing It's the only thing he needed, right?
He's
Yeah,
done it. I
just-
mean, I hate it. Well, let me not say hate. Hate's a strong word. I'm not a Messi fanboy, so I'm not gonna run around. Oh, this. If you ask me if he's the greatest of all time, yes, he is. But do I like it? No. But
You know what I
he's the
like?
greatest.
My favorite thing about the entire thing was that Salt Bay tried to come in and celebrate with
And he
Messi,
just ignored
and
him.
he just
That was
dummied him.
unreal.
He goes,
That was unreal.
and then Salt Bay was waiting for him again and started trying to push him. I was like, well, this guy is thirsty right now. He thought he was about to get like a dap up and with Messi after the World Cup.
But Messi goes to his restaurants a lot. That's what I was like.
Yeah, he probably likes the food, not him.
I guess.
See, he can just do whatever he wants now.
Yeah,
He could have killed Sope right there. People would have applauded him.
Congrats,
He doesn't
congrats
have
to
the
Argentina.
he doesn't have the greatest fade of all time.
What's up?
No.
His haircut.
I don't think anybody in
I
Argentina
I can't talk about hair, but he does have a great.
I mean, he has been out in Qatar for like a month.
He does have a great fade.
But I'm saying your fade goes away in like a good fade goes away in like a week.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Out there, you think they're Qatarian barbers?
No, is that what is it Qatar?
I made that up. How'd I do?
Qatari.
I was close.
Yeah, I believed it. It was believable.
Mush, do you remember when we had that the World Pick Central Day with you, me, Francis, Nick, all that? Ebo, refresh our memories. Who picked Argentina to win it all as your F at Fireball pick of the cup?
I don't remember specifically, but based off context clues you're giving right now, I think it would be Smitty.
I think it's 100% Smitty.
Yeah. After that, I guess it was him because I don't remember if we even gave out picks, but I love that.
I bet Francis. Francis probably had it too.
No,
Well,
I mean,
speaking of futures, Mr. Making Money had a future on France, and our kids were at their in-laws this weekend, and my son wanted Argentina to win, and so whenever Argentina was up 2-0, he sent in a group text between me and my husband, poor little Mbappe with a bunch of crying, laughing faces. I'm like getting trolled by your 10-year-old.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's-
sucks.
That's tough. That's tough. If the Barstool Sportsbook wasn't down, Frank the Tank would have bet Argentina to
Wait,
tie.
was it? Because I was
and
trying
win.
to. That's what
It was for a very
It
short
was,
period
it was
of
down
time.
for like
That
10 minutes.
That explains it. Because I was trying to when they went 2-0, I went in there and it just wouldn't work. I was in Jersey and
Frank said that he was going to bet a tie and Argentina to win in penalty kicks. And he
Quiggs did it.
and Quiggs did it?
You saw his ticket. Yeah,
Tank was like, yeah, I would have. First of all, I got a Christmas card from Frank the Tank today, and it was the most thoughtful thing anyone's ever done. So,
Well, you asked him for it.
yeah, exactly. But it was still, I still got it.
wait, what?
I got a Frank the Tank Christmas card.
From him?
That's really nice.
That's very nice.
It's really nice. He did 160.
And I wasn't one of them.
People, you had to be on the email list. He said.
Well, or yeah. So you just had to beg him for one, like Marty
I
did.
didn't beg. I said, Frank, let me get one. I want one. I don't get Christmas cards.
Was there a photo, or was it just like a Merry Christmas?
It was just a Charlie Brown Christmas, and he just
It would be. That's so cute.
he just did an autograph of Frank the Tank. But it was just like
Love
F. And it was just his autograph.
Signing
No,
for
like
fans.
to Marty. It was just F.
One more Christmas thing before we get back into the NFL. We got to talk about Jersey Jerry yesterday on stream saying he's hiring a TaskRabbit to wrap 70 gifts.
He got his 1-year-old 70.
See, but I think that's one of those things where you say 70 and maybe it's like
Well, because he started at 100
30.
and then went to 70.
Look,
you just say a big number because you bought all these gifts.
Megan, and I want to hear your opinion on this. For a 1-year-old, maybe 20 gifts is max.
I mean, maybe, but the issue is they're not even going to play with the toys.
Well,
They're going to play with the wrapping paper and the boxes and all the other shit that you didn't really spend money on.
That's the thing. Like we got like a couple. Like I got my kid like a wiffle ball tee. Gonna get him swinging early.
Well, yeah, group activities are great, but if it's just like a play toy.
But anything that's coming, that's being given to him from like outer, like we're saving it for his birthday.
Yeah,
Boom.
I feel like the first. I feel like the first Christmas for the kid is more for the parents.
No shit.
100%.
That's what I'm saying. Like that. Why give him 70 gifts to a 1-year-old where he's gonna play with a box?
Talk to my wife.
That's why we went to the Dollar Tree for my son's first Christmas. We're just like, we can get him a whole bunch of stuff to unwrap that costs $1. So if it breaks, it's whatever. And he was the happiest kid ever.
Yeah.
But I guarantee Jerry probably has like some like Balenciaga cologne or something for his kid, or
Jerry
just
bought
like
all the gifts for himself.
I
Probably.
was gonna say no. It's more like all of a sudden, like look at this XL TJ Watt jersey.
yeah.
He'll buy it for himself.
He'll grow
into it. He'll grow
this
into
one day,
it.
but for now,
I'm not gonna lie.
Daddy's wearing it.
I bought the little basketball net with the assumption that I'm gonna be shooting some hoops too.
Oh yeah.
Well, you definitely will. You'll just be boom.
Oh yeah. But like.
Buy your 2-year-old like a PlayStation.
Yeah, something's up. Like my 20-month-old and my dog are getting more gifts this Christmas than I have in the last 10 Christmases combined.
1000%.
I also overbought this year. I don't usually overbuy, but I did this year for the kids. You don't have any.
I don't got sweets, but it's Christmas. It's very
coming.
stressful.
Yeah, it's coming.
Very stressful. It comes up on you fast.
Yeah.
Mincy's had 2 weeks to prepare, so he better have all his gifts fucking ready. All right. Let's go to some NFL. First, let's talk about the Vikings. Everyone was coming at me because I said you should cut Kirk Cousins. You should still cut him. Fuck him. He ain't gonna win you anything. He ain't gonna win you anything good. He's just you're gonna lose in the playoffs. Giants gonna beat him this week. The Vikings, Colts should just be ashamed of themselves. That's just a joke. They tried to play safe when they were up 33-0, which, you know what? You play safe, you probably still shouldn't lose.
They arguably could have won every single game that they've played since Saturday took over.
Saturdays, yeah.
Like they've been in every single game for the most part.
Yeah.
And maybe with like, a better coach.
Jonathan Taylor's out for the year.
Yeah, high ankle sprain.
It's just the Colts. There's no excuse. Like the Vikings, good for them. They just you have to go and see. Look at the tank.
They're just so mediocre. It's just that's the exact word. The Vikings are just like they have such solid fucking pieces, but together it's just mediocre.
They're 11-3. Their point differentials +2.
Yeah, that's a joke.
That's insane.
And they're playing, and like they're all Vikings fans are all like, obviously you're gonna be happy you won and overcame 33-0, but it's still the Colts. Like you're not going.
I don't think you're allowed to be happy about that if you're a Vikings fan. If that's the Chiefs and you come back 33-0,
yes,
or like a division
real
rival,
team.
okay, like fair. 33-0 against the Colts, like shut up.
Yeah, it's the you shouldn't have been down 33-0
Exactly
at home against the fucking Colts. Like that, the Vikings fans are crazy on Twitter, but they'll get exposed so fast in the playoffs. It's not even going to be close.
They've already been exposed this year. The Vikings and the Eagles just whipped them.
No, yeah, that's the only really real team they've played.
Exactly.
Second game was I don't even want to. That game was horrible.
Ravens-Browns.
Ravens-Browns. I'm gonna wipe that from my memory that Justin Tucker missed 2 kicks. That doesn't happen.
How the fuck did he even? How does that happen?
Well,
Tucker
the one got blocked.
Well, the one did get that.
One he just like missed. The one got blocked.
I was very upset. I might have thrown a couple of things there because that totally fucked my Ravens teaser.
Well, he's so good. It's like he just misses like a 49-yard field goal once in like the last 10 years. You're like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Get rid of him.
What
yeah.
the fuck.
But the game of the night, and was an amazing game. Like, oh my god, how can this weekend get better? The Dolphins-Bills was the best. Like, just the snow. Those are 2 playoff teams.
Yeah,
in my
Dolphins.
Well, yeah.
Dolphins can hang.
Yeah, like I think the Dolphins
are going to be tough in the playoffs.
The Dolphins are not a team you want to play when they get in at fucking whatever they're going to.
This year's Dolphins could be last year's Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. The Dolphins, the offense is. I don't want. What's their record? 8-6.
8-6. I see. Honestly, I feel like last year's Bengals are this year's Bengals.
I was just about to say the same
also
thing.
true.
I was just about to say the
I
same
feel like
thing.
they're due to make a run.
Bucs are
They're making a run
so
again.
fucking. That third quarter was disastrous.
Disgusting.
For the my apologies to the Che Hive and my condolences.
I sat next to him the whole
My
time.
fucking-
It was a tough scene.
Tom Brady, man.
Tough scene.
I was terrified laying the 3.5 with the Bengals. That hook absolutely scared me, especially with Brady at home. But I was like, I cannot I can't back the Bucs even as plus 3.5. I just can't do it.
It's just sad when I'm holding a plus 1100 ticket for the Panthers and they're 5-9 and they're one game out. That
They
division.
one game out the entire season and just keep losing.
Yeah, they keep losing when they can just get there. But like when you see in the hunt and there's just all 5-9 teams because of the Bucs, it's a joke.
I mean, it's just the entire rest of the division.
Yeah, it's just.
They're all 5-9, and there's the Bucs are 6-8.
Did you see the tweet
Oh.
from Roger Sherman where he said that there's a scenario where everyone still goes 6-11 in the NFC
Well, I know
South?
they play each other a lot to end the season, right? Like I know
Yeah, I guess
the
there's
Bucs
still,
and Panthers play. I think the Bucs play the Panthers and the Falcons.
there's still a scenario where like I think every team can finish 6-11.
I don't like myself for it, but I still think the Bucs could make a little run.
That's what I don't want to talk about.
I don't know why. I'm not going to discount Tom Brady at home in the playoffs.
That's
I'm
what
just not.
against
Against the Cowboys.
But that's what I'm saying. They ain't losing the Cowboys are going to go in there and beat the shit out of them.
I probably so.
Go there,
Yeah, because the Cowboys are pretty much a lock to be the first wild card,
And they're the
that
worst.
would go to the Bucs.
and they would play the Bucs. Yeah, I just don't see it.
I'm so.
I haven't been someone who hasn't been as high in the Cowboys as other teams, but that would be shocking to me if they went to Tampa and lost.
because everyone
They're so much
on
better.
Twitter is doing that. Like I still wouldn't want to see Tom Brady in January. It's like
If you're an elite team, like I'd be
bro,
like, please.
bring him on. I want to see him.
If you're the Eagles or the San Fran or the Cowboys, I'm like, please.
Saying.
You really, dude, you
Same.
watched that team. There was 33 unanswered points.
Their offensive line sucks.
Okay. First of all, the first half, their defense was actually playing kind of ball.
No, they did. They did play well.
Second
of
half,
course.
it was what, 3-4 straight turnovers?
The turnovers were the problem for
yeah,
sure.
in their own zone.
But they also couldn't stop me there. But the turnovers were the
Yeah.
big X.
Oh, that's a huge. That's
I mean,
also.
let's not just act like Joe Burrow just drove 90 yards each.
No, you're right. That's
Joe Burrow
true.
played like okay.
I also think both of them to throw interceptions last night were both plus money. I think it was like plus 108 and plus 112. So if you would have taken that, I mean, those would have obviously both hit.
Yeah, it's just that Tom Brady just looks horrible. They still somehow try and jerk him off on the broadcast. Like he'll throw a normal throw, like look at Tom fucking getting it in there. I'm like, he played awful. He's to fumble a handoff at you can't fumble a handoff
Yeah.
to the net. That's brutal.
He sucked it like below his waist. It was totally on him.
Yeah, it was
He
completely on
just
him.
missed.
It's like they still have that receiving core that's disgusting, and then they can't get anything going. Their offensive line is brutal. I think the Bucs they might not win the division. They really might not. It's so bad, but like
They'll win the division.
It would be if one of the other teams win the. So
We're going to be favored in the last three games.
this somehow came up yesterday. If one of the other three teams win the division, would they be potentially the worst playoff team in the history of the NFL?
yeah.
Yeah, at least the
definitely
Seahawks were under 500 and won their game.
But
A few of those
Commanders,
below 500 teams have won their games.
Commanders were bad.
But we even talk about them. They almost beat the Patriots. Or not the Patriots.
I think the winner right now, and granted, this is the seventh playoff team. It's the Eagles last year.
they were bad. And
They just got smoked by
I
Tampa.
would say at least that Heineke Washington team, they almost beat the Bucs,
Bucs
who
who ended up winning.
Super Bowl.
It was a sick game.
It was a great game.
But yeah, that recaps Saturday because also a snow game like that when they're all like sliding after the game. And what did you think about the Bills fucking clearing out all the snow for the field goal
Have
at the
to.
end? That was amazing.
Honestly, I love that that all like the guys in the stands were just throwing snowballs.
Yeah,
Like if they were in the end zone, that's fair play.
100%.
And it's endearing because they're Buffalo Bills fans, but that happens in Philadelphia. I mean, felonies are being given out left and right.
You guys throw batteries.
No, there have been our former mayor Ed Rendell threw snowballs and got fucking chastised. They try to get him to stop running for office because he threw a snowball.
People feel
stands.
sympathy for people in Buffalo because they live in Buffalo. It's like so far north and cold. Like there's like a hominess to them.
Like that's how they are.
Yeah, they're
You
like
know?
they're like
Philly fans try and be like we're classy, but then they'll start doing that shit.
I didn't say anything about class. I'm saying if
Oh,
every
you guys want
stadium
respect.
throws snowballs, only 2 fan bases are getting yelled at: New York fan base and Philly.
I just have a question. As a person that's not from like where it snows really at all ever, is snow really football weather? Because like I don't like cold. Like snow doesn't feel like I like when it's sunny outside and it's I can wear a t-shirt.
I don't want to be there, but yes, it's football weather. Like I love like when it's that game was beautiful to me. To
But
watch.
would you have bought tickets and went to that game?
Absolutely.
The snowball was the greatest thing in the history of football. When it was, it snowed like 1.5 feet in an hour. And
Yeah, I've been to a few Giants games, but it
was
snowed a lot. It's
a lot of
different.
fun.
It's a different animal. Yeah,
No
it's great.
chance. I the best seat for an NFL is on your couch. It's a fact. You have the best view of all time, and you have the snacks right next to you.
You gotta have the snacks.
I went to one football game in my life. It was with Big Ev. It was in a box too. Great time. Took me 4 hours to get home. I live 20 minutes away. Can't have that.
Yeah, but that's an outlier.
That's
You
a
can't
big-
go to your first game when you're like 28 and be like, I hate going to football games.
Oh, I think you can. I think that the couch is the best.
There's
spot.
no nostalgia. You have no nostalgia to it.
I understand.
You have
go
no
with
like going to the game with your old man when you're like 8 and it's like the best.
and
thing
also,
ever.
it's not
for you
not just
guys.
about sitting down at the game. It's about the tailgates.
exactly. You never got the
that's-
tailgate.
That's amazing for you guys. I'm glad you have memories with your family, but my memories are on my couch in the warm, and my mom's making mozzarella sticks and pizza rolls, and that's how you should watch a football game.
How's Rudy doing?
He retired to Florida.
Oh, he's down south.
Yeah.
Down south for the winter.
So he doesn't like football weather either.
No, he's a real piece of shit.
Did you make him fly down there?
He should have. I should have just let him go. Fucking bastard.
That bird's gonna outlive you.
And you and
Yeah.
anyone here. Honestly, Megan's kids he's gonna outlive.
Hmm?
You have a fucking bird?
Yeah, it's because they live for 85 years.
Birds are scary, Marty.
Yeah, I know. Believe me.
They're terrifying.
I know they're not nice. All right, let's move to Sunday. Where do you guys even want to fucking
Run down the
start?
NFC East.
Okay.
Let's run it down. We'll go to the easiest game first. Eagles Bears. That was just a boring game to watch.
Horrible.
The Bears just bring everybody down. Like and the
I just
worst.
wish the Eagles would have covered. There were so many people on the Bears. I'm sorry if any of you guys were on the Bears, but I feel like I saw everyone on the Bears plus the 8.5 it was, and I just really wanted the Eagles to cover.
Yeah, I that's whatever. I mean, it was a backdoor cover situation. Like Jalen Hurts needed to throw touchdown passes. His hands were frozen, so he was throwing ducks. Wish I would have known that before taking that. But the Bears, other than when Fields is like scrambling and doing something, they run the ball and then they like go huddle and they line up with like 5 seconds left on the play clock. Like they run like 3 plays every 5 minutes. It's just draining.
Dog shit.
It's just draining to watch.
And Justin Fields,
He's good. He's good. He's got potential.
slow it down. He's good. He's an amazing runner. Let's just pump the brakes a little bit. Let's all pump it.
That
No.
one run he had yesterday
It's
was
amazing.
absolutely incredible.
He ran for over 1,000 yards this year.
Yeah, I told
One
you.
of the leading rushers in the NFL.
Best runner.
Now that's gonna have a shelf life. Like he's gonna need to develop best, but it also comes down. He needs help on the goal line. He needs help.
He's
That's
a
just
lot
they
of-
have no receivers.
He needs
why
to
I think
develop
we
his
just-
decision
I think
making.
we just let him. Let's see how he develops. That's it.
He's a phenomenal football player. Put the
But yeah, that game
pieces around
was
him.
horrible. We don't even. Yeah,
And Eagles are 13-1. They have 3 games left. Cowboys Christmas Eve, Saints New Year's Eve, and then the Giants. Only one of those 3 games matter. They need to win 1 to clinch the NFC East.
yeah.
Cowboys
You're gonna beat the Saints.
I don't care about the Cowboys. They have to beat the Saints because they get the Saints draft pick next year.
Yeah, you're gonna beat the Saints.
So
Yeah,
they're
you'll
gonna
beat
absolutely wallop the Saints.
coming from someone down here. You're gonna beat. The
Yeah,
Saints.
it actually won't surprise me if they kind of get it taken to them on Christmas Eve.
I could see the Cowboys because also the Cowboys. Let's go to that game. Fucking blowing that against the Jags. The Jags are fun. When the Jags are winning,
They were up
Everyone's happy.
27-10.
Yep.
Yeah, 27-10. Lawrence looked horrible, and all of a sudden he looked like he was absolutely incredible.
He's incredible.
I wrote him off. I wrote his entire career off when he lost to the Texans. And it was him at home who lost to the Texans.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
He's a fucking great quarterback now. Just complete 180.
I mean,
Like, what happened? What happened in those 6 weeks?
I mean, he was the guy that we always thought he was.
yeah, no, he's an amazing. He was it second year, right?
Yeah.
So you got it. Like he obviously his decision making was sometimes really bad, but he's growing into it. He's fucking slinging it. Zay Jones had 3 touchdowns.
I mean, let's call it what it is. I mean, last year
Receiver.
obviously was just a total disaster with Urban and the whole organization, everything. I mean, they're just a different animal this year.
I think you should consider this
well
being-
coached, good quarterback coach, decent receivers around him. The team around him is good. Defense is playing better. I mean, he's great.
I think
Could he be considered like comeback player of the year if he continues?
Maybe
Someone
I just believe
tweeted
this
that
other
today,
like.
was like he should be comeback player of the year. Not
I feel like it's not even like a
because-
comeback. He's just like
no.
getting started.
it's
Yeah, I guess
comeback
that's
player
true.
because he had Urban as a coach.
I guess.
That's why people are saying
That
comeback.
works
And you know
too.
what? He should be a rookie this year because having that all happen last year is like a disaster for your first
He just
year.
scratched
Like a
all his
comeback-
first year. That just shouldn't count.
Like, I still would give a comeback to like a Geno Smith or like a Saquon or like somebody like that.
I like the Geno factor. That's a good one. I wasn't thinking about him. He tends to slip my mind a lot.
Like Geno's having like a legit he's playing like a top 10 quarterback this year.
No, yeah. Realistically,
He'll
it
get
should probably
MVP
be-
votes.
He should get a
probably be,
few.
you know.
He should be in the. He should get like I could see him coming in like 5th or 6th in MVP.
So yeah, Cowboys blow that one. I don't find that. Does that concern you for the Cowboys? I don't think that really concerns me too much. You got to win that game.
Well, see, for me, because I was somebody on record like last week saying I still like firmly have the Eagles and Niners ahead of them. Some people disagree with me on that. Like a lot of people think that the Dallas is the best team. I don't know. Like I just like they're like they can put up points. Like Dak's good, but he just makes mistakes sometimes. The defense is like really good. Like Parsons is great, but they've shown like vulnerability. They can go give up some points. Like I just trust the Eagles and Niners far more than I trust the Cowboys.
Dallas is going to be one hell of a team when they get a coach.
Thank you, because that's the biggest part of it that people don't talk about. Like they're gonna get outcoached by all these teams too.
They're never going to have a coach.
Well, I don't know if they throw the bag at Sean Payton.
No, they won't because they need Jerry Jones needs a puppet. He doesn't
Exactly.
need if he has a coach that actually
Are you
coaches.
calling Wade Phillips a puppet?
Yeah, I'm saying he's never going.
Chan Galley?
He's never gonna have someone. He doesn't. He needs someone to just be like, okay, yes, Jerry, I'll do this. Like he wants to be the man guy.
Probably been that way since Barry Switzer. Since Jimmy Johnson
for
left.
a long time.
Oh, I guess Parcells was there too.
Basically, since the last time they won.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that he wants to be.
Parcells was everywhere.
Jerry Jones loves the clout.
Yeah, but he's dead.
Technically.
Yeah, pretty much.
He is.
He is.
He is.
He's the Walking Dead.
He looks old and older by the day.
That's facts.
But I'm saying every year, Steve, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, he's a corpse.
Like this guy can't look worse, and then no,
And you're just
he
like, whoa.
somehow looks worse.
It looks like if you like poked him, he turned to dust.
The walking corpse.
Let's get to the best game in the East. Maybe the best game of the day. Giants Commanders. Now, this could be my minute. I don't even, whatever it is, I don't care. Washington Commanders fans are the biggest joke. You can't leave everything up to the refs at the end of the game. You got outplayed by the Giants, Steven. Thibodeau could have beat you by himself.
Coming out party.
Beat you
What a performance.
by himself.
What a performance indeed.
The Giants are more grittier than you. Their defense is better than your defense, and you scored 12 points. I don't know what. You didn't line up and you talked to the ref? Well, you should have made sure.
Look.
He did make sure.
Yeah,
He should have double-checked.
And then the pass interference. What about that?
Look,
let the boys play, Aria.
at every this is my 2 cents on that. Yeah, I'm not gonna, if that was my team, don't blame the refs. Like, you got to win it, blah blah blah. Playing organized football from middle school through college and lining up on as a receiver, and if you are on or off the line, it doesn't matter. It's human. It's instinctual. You always look at the ref and you always be like, am I okay? And they always give you like a head nod or verbal agreement. If that ref actually said you're good and then threw the flag on Terry McLaurin, he should be in jail.
That
He
is
should be in jail.
So
Because there is no precedent for that.
no fair. So, but also I think people know that there are those sticklers that always say like it's not my job to line you up. And I will say this: like, if he told him like I don't know exactly if he said you're on the line off the line, he clearly if you just look he was not lined up on the line.
But
Like,
if you
not
get,
even close.
If you get the go ahead from the ref, you work. I mean, it's an unwritten rule. Like
I hear you because
you
you're right.
should be good.
But does the ref know? Like he doesn't know exactly where you are intending to be.
When
He
you
understands that he like as he sees it, he's like, oh, this is an illegal formation. There's no one on the line off the tackle.
look, they'll tell you on the line, off the line, or you need to be up, you need to be back. It's an unwritten rule. Yeah, he's the one who threw the flag.
he's the
Like he needs to be. He needs to be.
No,
in jail.
if you watch the sequence, it's funny because he does little like Terry does a little hand wave, but you can't like really see the true communication.
Yeah, he
and he clearly, if you obviously see like the line where the line of scrimmages, and he's clearly like a full yard plus
Yeah, he
off it.
was.
And then the second the ball gets snapped, he just tosses the flag.
Outrageous.
I mean, hey, maybe he was
Blasphemous.
waving at his friend over there. You have no idea what he was saying to the ref.
It's definitely tricky, but I mean, sorry.
But again, yeah, like I don't feel bad.
No,
You
hell
scored
no.
12 points. Like that's your own.
Yeah, you shouldn't be put in a position where
You don't know if you're gonna get the 2-point conversion either. Like everyone.
That's the one thing people like. We got robbed. I was like, you were never winning.
Yeah,
Like you got robbed of what you never had it.
you were winning.
To be robbed, you had to physically possess it first.
Yeah.
In the second half, you never once had a lead. Ever.
Patriots.
Ever.
Yeah, no. The
Oh, Patriots betters got robbed.
Yeah, me. You looking
we'll,
at me.
We'll get to
I
that.
did.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think.
Oh no. That one we did get robbed. Because the guy's
Especially if
toe
you took him
was on the line.
plus
Wait a second.
Keelan Cole's
Wait a
foot was
second.
on the line.
We'll get
it was
to
not a touchdown.
We'll get to that.
It's horseshit.
We'll get to that. Even though Raiders betters deserved every part of that. The Giants and the Giants are playing. That's how they play. That's just what
That
it
was
is.
the classic. Like
You
this
watch-
year,
That is just we're not going to score a lot of points.
we're not talented in offense.
We're not going to do
Like,
any
at all.
We had one drive that took 12 minutes. 12 minutes.
That was hard.
18
plays
plays.
97
We went
yards.
for it on
I
4th
came.
and 9. That's
Came.
the new Giants. But if Daniel Jones doesn't turn the ball over, we are golden.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Listen, it's not the most talented team, just well coached, scrappy, gritty. Defense plays really hard.
Our leading receiver was Richie James.
It was your first win in 6 games.
Oh, that's not true. Not
I
6.
thought you started 7-2.
We were.
Yeah, now you're 8-3 and
8-5-1.
5-1.
Yeah, we tied one.
It's not
Yeah.
6. It's like 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we tied 1.
Well, that's
But what was the
Not
most
a win.
What was the most important game? This one.
Prime time.
Prime time against
Bright lights, big stage, Sunday night football.
Daniel Jones is 5-1 against the Commanders in his career.
Yeah, yes, he owns them.
Owns them. Daniel Jones is that guy. Giants are going to be in the playoffs, and I am so excited.
Last night was my first ever like real meaningful Giant stream at Barstool.
Yeah, that's why I
Been here
stayed.
5 years.
So where are you going?
5
You
years.
go to Minnesota right now?
Minnesota.
Yes.
And I think we play Colts, I want to say.
But Minnesota, Colts, and Eagles, I believe, is the last 3.
That's 2 of
And
3
Eagles,
that
you're
we-
more than likely going to get the scrubs. Eagles backups.
Yeah, I mean potentially, yeah.
I'm gonna almost guarantee it. And that's
I
also
don't even
another
care
thing.
because like Minshew, I don't think is like Minshew's good.
No, they'll give
Minshew's
you
gonna come in there. They're gonna throw the ball.
they'll give you a game. But the same exact situation happened last year where the Eagles went and lame duck last game and they played all the scrubs and still gave a game for a little bit, but that was it. And that's also one thing I'm very, 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 very worried about with the Eagles. Say they clinch it this week against the Cowboys, they're going to be playing even after the Saints game like 3 to 4 weeks before meaningful football happens.
That is a weird
A long time.
It's a weird like bomb to decipher. Like how do you
Yeah.
how do you approach it? Like do you because regardless if you play guys or not, you're gonna have the week off. But not playing guys, like you said, it's like almost 3
You
weeks.
can already see like the Eagles losing to the Cowboys. Like, say it's bad, right? And everyone's like, "Oh, well, all right. Well, that's a real team they played, and then they played the Saints and the Giants." Like, do you think people are going to be worried about them? They shouldn't be. I don't I don't think that.
I mean, if they got beat up at the Cowboys,
I think
people would be worried a little bit. Yeah,
People are going to bring out the schedule no matter what. So
It
even
is-
if they beat the Cowboys, it'd be like, oh, that was the only team you played.
It is a wild schedule. Like the Giants' schedule has been very easy too, and we're doing way worse. So it is a wild schedule when you look.
I mean, it's just the way it goes. I mean,
Yeah, no.
I think the problem is, and that's why I was saying yesterday, like obviously there's been so much shit talk of like what games have been in prime time and blah blah blah. Like, there's this year I think more than most years, just teams that have fallen on their face that you would have never imagined have fallen on their face.
Like the Packers.
Like the Packers, the Rams, even obviously the Broncos. That's been the one team they've been on primetime a million times.
Hey, they scored more points yesterday than all year with Russell Wilson.
Such high expectations. Like even like thought like the Cardinals might be like a fun team. Like they're bad. Like all these teams. Like think about like tonight, Rams Packers Monday Night Football. You told me that in August. That's a fucking home run
Can't
game.
wait for that game.
And it's dog shit.
Is Cliff on the hot seat at all?
I think he has to. I think he's.
Yeah.
I feel like he has to be.
I just think they don't got it.
Yeah.
I took the Cardinals under win total this year before the season. I just don't think they're a winning formula. I don't think Murray's a winning quarterback.
No.
You would think whenever they first got together, like it was such like a sexy look, if you will.
And it looked good last year.
Murray. And it's
At
but
times.
it's just
They get
just
exposed
doesn't-
though.
Well, they
It
started
didn't-
9
it
and
didn't work.
8-0.
Yeah, but they proved to be
yes.
fool's gold, total fool's gold.
I agree.
Like in that playoff, they were horrific. At the end of the season, they were horrific too.
So let's talk about the craziest game I think I've ever seen end. The Raiders Patriots was like the Raiders got started out kind of hot.
They're up 17-3 at half.
And then they just obviously do what they do and don't do anything for a while. And the Patriots, I don't think are in my opinion, two bad teams. I really think they're two bad teams. Patriots are just the most whatever.
Yeah, they're ant team.
But let's break down the last play. Well, first of all, the play before, as a Raiders
I clipped it. If y'all need the clip of it, it's on my Twitter. It was pretty egregious. And if I want to use minty language,
If the Raiders, I don't know, we're not allowed to show it, right? That's
then no.
I
my
do
fault.
have the clip of two gentlemen in the room reacting to it.
I'm good.
I can watch it. Yeah.
What the fuck? What a win!
I don't even want to look at it.
What's the flag?
Oh, flag.
What are you doing?
It's one of the only ones I won, so that's how you know how bad I am. I need to win on that shit. Well, first of all, I will say, the Patriots. Did you see their press conference? Every player involved with the play blamed themselves. Gotta love that, because Bill probably would have killed them.
Yeah.
If he didn't. But I really do think, who was the running back in that?
Ramondre Stevenson.
That's a lot to blame on him.
No, like let's.
Bro,
no.
Bro, listen. Let me just get the talk.
I know what you're saying. Like I get it. He opened Pandora's box.
Every
I get
player
it, but
needs to know. But what is the reason to throw it back in a? You're 50 yards, 30 yards away, 40 yards away. What is the reason to try and do trickery when you just need to go down? Like the play is to not do a Hail Mary.
Yeah, but
I
was
think
it a call from Patricia to go kind of scramble backyard football? Or
No.
It was just like run the ball and see what
it was
happens.
like, and it was like run the clock out.
If they were like
What
doing a Hail Mary and then they were like, that's maybe like, but they were just run the ball, run it out, let's go to overtime. But you throwing it back opens it up for him to be like, oh fuck, maybe I should throw it too. Even though you shouldn't.
It really does. It does and it doesn't. Where I think what happened was I didn't see what he said after the game. I think Stevenson maybe thought there was like a second left where he was like, hey, like pitch the ball outside, get out of bounds.
Which it was complete
Because he makes a quick, which it was zeros for like seconds, like multiple seconds. So that was a mistake in the first part, but it's also one thing to pitch it like laterally when you're like on their opposing 30, as to take the ball and throw it 30 yards backwards,
let me tell you,
across the field the other way in a tie game.
I'm not making an excuse.
That's like
for it.
Steven. I agree. Like Stevenson, him pitching it was not smart. But I mean, what Myers, that was literally the lowest, like the dumbest play in the history of maybe sports.
He thought he was Patrick Mahomes. He went one leg.
He threw it 30 yards. He shucked it across the field.
It was because when it happened,
Because my no is when he just threw it.
No,
it wasn't even like nothing even happening. He just threw it. I was like, "What are you like? What's going on?"
That ball was in the air for about 40 seconds.
He launched it.
40 seconds, and it was like,
honestly,
my God,
good arm.
Oh my God, good arm. And
launched
then
poor Mac Jones.
The biggest loser was
Mac Jones got laid. His carcass got laid.
Let's also. He turtled, bro. He didn't even. Obviously, let me tell you, I don't want to tackle Chandler Jones.
He had no shot.
I don't want. He had no chance.
He had no shot.
But you gotta at least. I think you gotta at least try and get dummied instead of just getting turtled over for the last. You're the last guy at the fence there.
I honestly, that generally I think was his best effort. that was what he had for you. Like he had nothing.
Because he blamed himself too. He's like, if I tackle him and go to overtime, it's like, bro, you had no.
You just gotta die for the pins at that point. You can't. He tried to like.
He was
and wrangle him.
He was in a spot where he was close enough where I think the initial throw he like kind of like went for the ball, but like Chandler Jones, Matt just was like there and just snatched it, like high pointed it, and then he was like too far away to make like a real hit, so he kind of was just like on him.
You need to.
He just got straight dummied.
To dive at his ankles, something. Just
he should have played a penalty. He should have tried to trip him.
Yeah, should try to kick him. Anything. Like, literally do anything, like grab his face mask. It doesn't matter.
Literally anything.
Like, do anything, but he literally did. He went like this and just tipped over. It was fucking brutal.
What's like the fun? There's like a parent where he literally steps on me, like puts him like through the turf. It's like his body was like ingrained in the fucking field.
It's just crazy to end a game, especially like Patriots, where they're all so well coached. Bill Belichick's the best. It's like this team's a joke.
I legitimately think that's like. The Patriots, like you feared, like that's over.
Do you think Belichick went home and dreamt about that entire fiasco like the rest of the night, or do you think he just fucking crumbled it up, threw it away, and slept fine?
I don't think he
slept a wink.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think he gives a fuck anymore.
I think he was sitting there staring at his Super Bowl trophies and like, what happened? What happened to me? What happened to us?
Do you think like he?
But also, I think he's looking in the mirror and being like. You hired an old defensive coordinator as your play-calling offensive coordinator, who I think has been terrible at play calling. I said they're looking at two dipshits, Patricia and Joe Judge,
who were worst head coaches,
who were once respected prior to them being head coaches.
Two of the worst head coaches to ever.
And then went out and just absolutely flamed out at both their places.
Well, has Belichick had a successful
understudy?
Yeah. He had Mangini, no. Charlie Weiss, no. Romeo Correll, no.
There's been teams that they've had
Judge, no.
Yeah, who was I just thinking?
Patricia, no. Mangini, no.
Who was I was thinking of somebody. Yeah, not.
Has there been one?
Well, I don't know how much you consider the success
to go on to be a successful head coach, to be a perennial playoff
did O'Brien coach the Texans to a couple of playoffs?
Yeah, but you got smoked.
I don't. You can just call that. How much success? I don't know you can or want to call that.
No one has been written out of town.
No one has been.
And then he traded DeAndre Hopkins for nothing.
Yeah, terrible. Yeah, I would say no one's been like good, like solidly good for like.
When do we stop?
Also, like his kids are coaching the defense. Like I think it's a mess over there.
I guess Vrabel. Maybe
Vrabel counts. Vrabel's a good coach.
Vrabel's a good coach.
Vrabel counts.
At what point do we stop saying like it's just kind of he's past it? It's past his prime.
Also, his evaluating of talent has been horrendous.
Oh, especially
drafting's been awful.
But when do
especially
we
on offense?
When do we stop jerking him off?
I think now.
I think you have to.
That's what I'm saying. I think now is like you don't fear them.
Old turkey. Stop jerk.
Yeah, I think
unless something changes. Like I think you have a quarterback.
You can't just stop jerking somebody like that. That's just rude.
He's got a limp dick.
Yeah, you got it.
That's what it is. No more fluffing.
That's definitely the craziest like tie game because that always shit happens. You as a bettor, you always fear that happening when your team is losing.
And you're like our bullshit time.
Yeah, and you're like, fuck, this could happen, and then you just don't see that happening.
Unprecedented.
Brutal.
I said like if you were coaching like Pee-wee football, and one of the kids in your team did that, you'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
that's like 5. Like you learn when like 6 years old.
Yeah.
There, at least they probably have to tell you, like, hey, like, don't fucking throw it backwards.
No.
Lay down.
No, the F-bombs would be shed.
I said I would. My coach would have grabbed by the back of the fucking neck.
Yeah.
Thrown. Been like, are you kidding me?
But if they stop jerking off Belichick, who gets the job?
Oh no, he's gonna keep the job as long as he wants it.
Yeah, it's a nepotism situation there. Kraft doesn't know what's going on.
It is once you start hiring your kids and shit, you get in a weird spot because like, what are you gonna do? Fire your son?
Bro, this happens all the time.
You're putting yourself in a very like weird
in sports
slippery slope predicament.
This always happens with like successful coaches don't know when to hang it up. Like Jay Wright is going to go down as the best.
Shout out to Jay Wright. He's hot and he went out with a good time.
Well, Cowher did.
But a
Opportunity to
lot
come
of
back.
coaches, like, even think about college bat, like Boeheim is happening still. Like Izzo is still going, and it's not like these coaches lose, especially how much things have changed in the NFL and college and all that. Like they just don't. It maybe like is it a respect thing? Like they don't. These younger guys don't respect them. I don't know what it is, but sometimes they don't know when to hang it up, and
Well,
that's a
so,
guy you
like-
have to keep because you'll keep saying like, oh well, he has 7 Super Bowls. You got to keep or 6 Super Bowls. You got to keep going. It's like
What's waiting for Belichick on the other side? Because he's obviously not a TV personality guy.
No. Well, no, I think that's the problem. Like, not the TV thing, but just that. Like, he's just somebody that loves football so much. Like, what the fuck's he gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you step back and just become a GM and evaluator, which he could get a job of, but he's not that great at.
He does it already.
Yeah.
Like, he's basically their GM too.
I feel like he should just start a brand of sleeveless hoodies,
Yeah, he could probably do that too.
Those are comfortable.
and they would fucking fly.
I need to ask you guys something. You need a faster way to pay and play online?
Of course, always.
Exactly. Today's episode is sponsored by Skrill, the digital wallet built for betting. Never heard of Skrill? Here are the 3 reasons why you should open a Skrill account today. Skrill's fast, which is huge. Instantly deposit at your favorite online casino, sportsbook, gaming site. Use Skrill login. Withdraw your winnings quickly when ready to cash out. Skrill won't let transaction limits get in the way of a good time. If you're a high roller, enjoy instant secure access to your bankroll without limits stopping your payments from going through. Skrill is no one-trick pony. You can send money to other players, trade crypto, or withdraw your balance as cash with their prepaid card, all while earning loyalty points you can exchange for rewards. So what are you waiting for? Go to Skrill.com/Barstool to sign up for free. Everyone go use Skrill, Skrill.com/Barstool to sign up for free. It's a fantastic wallet, especially for gamblers.
A wallet you can't lose either. How about that? That's how nice that is.
That's beautiful. My favorite team in the NFL is the Lions. The Lions.
They're earning it.
What is that?
They're
Is that
so
7
fun.
in a row? 6 in a row?
I think 5 last 6, 6 last 7,
Fucking
something like that. They're 7 and
crazy.
7 now.
They're a fun team. Jared Goff they're all in on him, which I love. Like it's
And really, the offense didn't play great yesterday.
no, they didn't.
They scored in the punt return. They had a quick turnover that was like a short field goal.
Easiest punt return
And then
of all
just
time.
the 4th inches, they break the 50-yarder. That was the game.
Yeah, that's it. And the Jets, I mean,
Defense played well though. They found ways. They just finding ways to win.
Zach Wilson's by far the worst quarterback of all time.
He's bad.
Bad. All his receptions, all his long
We're just chucking it.
his long completions were just it was schoolyard shit. Throw it up and hopefully your receiver gets it.
Did you guys see we had a Nathan Peterman sighting yesterday in the Bears game?
No.
He came in.
Came in for like 1 or 2 plays.
Yeah, Fields was cramping up. I thought this is how the dynasty ends. This Eagles year. Nathan Peterman coming in
How
and
did Peterman?
scoring 2
You know what? You got to respect him for still.
I'll
having
tell
a
you
job.
what. He came in on like a 3rd and 9. He had some zip on the ball.
No, yeah. The thing is with backup quarterbacks,
He
like
had
that,
a good ball.
he's just
Wasn't
clown
complete.
because of what he threw those 4 interceptions in a row or something.
5.
Oh, it was
It was
something.
5 and 1/2.
5 and 1/2 is then you can't get
disgusting.
past that. You can't. You can kill it after. You can't get past that. But Zach Wilson's just god awful. I think Mike White wins that game against the Lions.
I think he does too.
I would agree with that.
I think he wins that game. And the Jets, C.J. Mosley was fucking pissed after the game. Their defense is incredible.
They
can't
played
do
their
anything
balls
else.
off yesterday.
They
Their
can't do anything else.
defense.
That offense has to do something. And I don't honestly know. I think you even have to go flat. They already said Zach Wilson's probably starting next week too.
They have the Thursday game.
Yeah,
It's a short week. They said Mike White probably is going to be ready by then.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I would go Flacco.
I'd go Flacco. Like
I'm surprised they didn't go Flacco anyway. It's kind of like turning the locker room back to
yeah,
Wilson,
it's like you sat the guy where Flacco isn't like Flacco's not. You know what you're getting. It's going to be a little better. It'll be a little better than Zach Wilson.
Definitely safer.
Yeah.
At least he's like a veteran. Like he's been in so many systems. He knows what he's doing. He's like aware of like what's happening. I would have trusted Flacco way more than fucking Zach Wilson. Fuck Zach Wilson.
Well, let's give cause real quick the the Chiefs game was just what Chiefs played down to their competition.
They legitimately almost lost.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
The Andy Reid special.
Chargers win. That Titans are a joke. Titans suck. Titans are a bad football team.
Tannehill, I mean, I think they're better when Tannehill's a little healthier.
Yeah, they are.
Offense is. I mean, they run. Their offense is limited.
Yeah. They just give 20.
Defense is very good.
I was happy to get the push. That was a bad game.
I can't believe Vrabel didn't go for 2. I was on Titans +3 as well. That pissed me off. He's such a go for 2 guy. I was really surprised that they didn't.
Before we do picks tonight, Rams, Packers, like you said, you would think it's a fucking great game. Offensive Player of the Week, Baker Mayfield coming back. I don't know how you don't take the Packers here.
I'm on the Rams.
You're on the Rams?
7 in the hook.
7.5 is a lot.
That's why I don't think.
And
the
it's partly
Packers
because their defense is pretty good too. That's a bigger reason why I'm willing to take. I'll take the points.
If I can interest anyone, if anyone does like the Packers tonight, it's Making Money Mondays. I should have hit last week if Ramondre Stevenson didn't get out of the game. Hit the week before, but this week it's Pack minus the 6.5. It's the Packers team total over 23.5. They've scored over like 27 their last 4 games, I think. And then Christian Watson over the 46.5 receiving, and he's been Rodgers' go-to guy recently. So I think we're going to hit this one again this week. Just if anyone's interested, you get the 6.5 at the Packers.
No, I like the Packers because my reasoning is, and you know, obviously I love Baker, but like he comes off the most historic thing he'll ever do, probably.
Easily.
Probably he'll ever do.
The Baker Mayfield cycle.
Yeah, and everyone's so like, okay, we're back in like the Rams, whatever. The Packers weirdly still have a chance to make the playoffs. I don't know how, but they're still in the hunt. They need this game bad at home. They never, ever deserve 7.5 points. That's the only reason. Like, they're being so bad. Rams looked good. Like, didn't look good. They just miracle last week. But I'm going Packers. What do you got?
I mean, gun to head Packers, but I'm disgusted by this game.
Oh, it's not a fun. No one's excited to watch.
It's going to be a hate watch.
Yeah.
What do you think of the total? I feel like the total's kind of weird.
Very low.
Total 39.5. Baby,
Yeah.
give me the under.
Oh yeah.
Under. Yeah.
Right.
I think the Rams defense is good enough to muck it up. That's kind of what I'm betting.
What about their secondary though? I feel like the Rams secondary is going to get gashed.
I mean, it's not like they obviously Watson's been a lot better, but I mean, they don't really get gashed by like many people. Their defense has been good. I mean, Ramsey still there. They haven't got gashed by many in the passing game.
I just feel like Aaron Rodgers at home.
Yeah, but you throw that out the window this year. They stink.
They
stink.
I mean, I guess you can throw it out the window, but I feel like there's
now you're saying Devontae Adams receiving core, like
or
Watson's been better,
Lazard, or I mean, but I like Christian Watson more than Lazard this game. But I mean, either one of those guys, I just feel like has full range, and if Rodgers is on and feeling himself today in Lambeau, it could be a long day for the Rams defense.
Well, no matter what is going to happen, I can guarantee one thing: you place money on Jones to have a big game. AJ Dillon's having that big game, baby.
Yeah.
Or the opposite.
Let's do our picks. Megan, let's start with Megan. But before that, let's do the effort pick of the day, and that is my friend Big Ev. Let me hear
Let's
it.
go, Ev. What we got?
Shed a fireball, the number 1 shot in the U.S. effort pick of the day. We just talked about him a little bit. Christian Watson scored a touchdown today, plus 155. He scored 4 games in a row, 7 touchdowns in 4 games. How is it plus money?
Oh, that's
How?
I love it.
Tell me how.
It seems responsibly free.
Christian Watson hits pay dirt today in a game where they win by 7 or less.
That is your effort pick of the day, sponsored by Fireball.
I mean, it's an effort. You're going against yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the first time I've ever done that.
Yeah.
Every single touchdown score is plus money today. Every single one. Not one guy's minus.
Man, it reeks of a field goal game.
Yep.
All right, Megan, what's your picks?
Well, I have the Triple M parlay, which if you opt in, bet $25. If it hits, it's cashing at like plus 300. If not, for every leg that does cash, you get the $10 back in bonus cash, which is I already said. Pack minus the 6.5. Team total Packers over the 23.5, and Christian Watson over the 46.5 receiving yards. I also have the Blue Hens Delaware plus the 1. I have the Western Illinois Rubbernecks -1.5, and then UMKC Ruse plus the 1.5.
Big F.
All right, so big time bowl game today, 2:30 Eastern time. Give me UConn plus 12 and the under 40.5 in that game. And then also tonight, the Rams plus 7.5 and the under 39.5.
Smitty.
Got the over in the UConn game. They also got Cavs, who are just good, -6. Siena at home. Why not? St. Bonnie, not the same team.
Shout out Siena.
Shout out Siena.
My dad went there for a year.
There you go.
I got UConn.
I think good.
So did Clem.
UConn plus 12. I got IUPUI plus 18. I don't know why. Rider -2. Arkansas State -11.
I'm hearing rumblings that for this bowl game coming up, most of the social team and production side are on opposite of UConn. They're on Marshall, in spite of Jack Mack. Just some food for thought.
Can you pull up the Gus Johnson thing real fast?
Yeah.
Got like a minute? Because I got a DM this morning on the Roundball account from Doug Gottlieb. And he's like telling us that it's not a vape, it's a humidifier.
Huh.
That's a vape.
It looked like a vape.
And if we can bring it up, we can't. It's all right. But oh yeah, here it is. This is just. That's
that's
a vape.
definitely a vape,
That's just
100,000%.
Jake Marsh watched that and shit himself. He couldn't believe his hero is vaping during a game.
I mean, if that's a humidifier, that's the world's most expensive.
That's a hype.
humidifier,
That's a
which
hype
it might
vape
be.
right there. That's a good. I can name the brand.
Doug Gottlieb literally DMing the account, being like, "Not a vape. I believe it is a humidifier." Is fucking crazy.
That's also not what humidifiers do. You don't inhale humidifiers.
You don't, right? I thought that too. I didn't want to sound like an idiot.
Maybe it's a inhaler, like for asthma, some way.
That is also inaccurate as well.
Yeah.
That's just
That's
lies.
just facts.
I've never heard about a pocket humidifier.
That's just a vape.
That happens to be shaped and it looks exactly like a vape.
Yeah. All right.
There's little colors on it.
That is Pick Central. Thank you guys for watching / listening. The Yak is up next.